Hi guys, it is Mel again from M&M Tool and Machinery, or mmtoolparts.com, and today I'm going to show you guys how to replace the brushes on a Makita 9564 or a 9565 grinder. They do take the same brushes, so repairing the brushes is a really easy process for the most part. For usually each of the tools that you're going to have to replace your brushes in, have them in a very accessible place. So the first thing that we need to do is just remove this back housing cover. On this specific grinder and on the 9565, it does only have one screw in the back that's holding that in. But essentially we just need to release this screw and pull off the housing cover. So that's just going to slide right off, slide right down. And as you can see on this tool, I have a brush here and another brush here. So rather than being side by side on these grinders, they're on opposite ends of the tool. So just like with other brush replacements, I'm going to need to release this spring, that spring that's pushing the carbon block towards the motor, and I'm going to need to release this clip. Usually you guys will be able to get this with your fingernail, but if you do have a small tool like this one or a small flathead screwdriver, those also make the job a little simpler. So I'm just going to slide that spring up and out of the way, and then I'm going to release this clip here. In this case, you do need a set of pliers because this one is on there pretty tightly. So you're just gonna pull that clip up and out of the way, and that should just slide the brushes right out. On this set of brushes, the brushes that these tools take, they have a sort of spring-loaded mechanism that you can see here. So essentially when the brush wears down to the point where it's no longer usable, this spring will eject out of the brush. You can see that circular, that copper-colored circle right there is where the spring is loaded. So when you've worn these brushes down to the point of no return, that will literally eject a spring out and force the brush away from the motor, which will shut the tool off. So when your tool shuts off, you automatically know, like, this is when I need to replace my brushes. It's a really handy feature. It's a safety mechanism that just helps you know exactly when you need to replace them. So once we pull that out, we just need to replace the brush with our new one. That slides in carbon block first. Slide that in. Replace the clip. That simply spins around, and you can see here there is this post right here that the clip is going to just slide right back on. So if you do have a tool here with you, you're going to want to just make sure that you force that down tightly, and it'll kind of click itself into place there. So as you can see, that's set up properly. Then we just need to put your spring back in place. Again, that's just going to slide right into position and push your brush down there. Then we'll just rotate that over to the other side. The process is exactly the same. Just going to move this spring up and out of the way. Slide it over so it rests. Grab my pliers to remove this clip. Brush is gonna pop right out. New brush goes in, carbon block facing down. Wrap that wire lead around. Get that clip stuck on there tightly. Slide that into place. I'll just make sure I've done a real good job there. And then just put your spring, there we go, put your spring back into position. And that takes care of that. So then you simply need to replace the housing cover. That's just gonna slide back up and into position. Replace that screw. And again, I'm going to grab my drill for simplicity's sake here. Put that right so it's going in the right direction. Lock that up tight, and you're good to go. Okay guys, that concludes our brush replacement for this Makita grinder. Keep watching. Let us know if you have any other questions or if you have a repair that you'd like us to show you how to complete. And in the meantime, get all of your parts and all of your schematics over at our website at mmtoolparts.com.